Good morning to my beautiful ballerinas. I miss you so much. I'm loving seeing your videos and hearing from your parents about you practicing at home. Miss Barbie misses you so much. I'm down at the studio today and I've got my two little boys in the other room watching their breakdance videos, so you may hear them in the background just a little bit, but they're trying to get through their dance videos just like you're watching your dance videos. But I just wanted to say a big hey to all of you. I miss you so much. It's time to put on our ballet shoes. So let's get those on and get that going for today. Hope you've been going outside. It's so nice outside. We've been going on walks and we've been picking up big sticks out of our yard from where we had a big storm the other day. So it's just taken some time to get all that cleaned up, but it's been a lot of fun. All right. Okay, we've got our ballet shoes on. Are you ready to get dancing? Here we go. Are you ready? Here we go. It's your favorite. Do your arms big. Here we go. Big arms. Here she goes. Big old wiggle. Here we go. Ready? Run away. Run away. We made it. Ready? Woo. 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 We made it. Do it with your dancer. We're all tired of sitting around. Everyone get up and jump. Let's jump. Jump to the front and back. Jump to the front and back. Keep jumping, guys. Keep jumping. Front and back. That's all right. Here's our monkey. To the monkey. To the monkey. To the elephant. Here's our tiger. Tiger, tiger. I'm gonna get you. All right, are you ready? You know this is Miss Barbie's favorite. Everybody clap. Everybody sing loud. La 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 la. Bow to your partner. Turn around. Then you turn around. Hands in the air, rock-a-bye your bed. Bed is now asleep. Bed is now asleep. Arms
your partner.
Bow to your partner.
Then you turn around.
Yay!
Hands in the air, rock-a-bye bed. Bed's now asleep. Bed's now asleep. Bed's now asleep.
Here we go.
Bed's now asleep.
Are you ready? Everybody's asleep. Wake up!
Let's all do the baby ballet
Are
warm-up
you
dance.
ready? Here we go.
Clap your hands to the feet, and clap them again. Clap with your teacher, clap with your friends. That's how we do the baby ballet warm-up dance. Nod your head side to side, left to
Stretch your
right.
neck.
Stretch your neck, keep it nice and tight. That's how we do the baby ballet warm-up dance. Shrug
Is there a favorite one?
shoulders
Shrug.
and drop them down, lift them high.
Nice and big.
That's how we do the baby ballet warm-up dance. Stretch your fingers out and then your hands on
Big stretch with your hands.
That's how we do the baby ballet warm-up dance. Shake your hands on the feet and shake them
Shake the water off your fingers.
Shake
them out.
That's how we do the baby ballet warm-up dance. Shake your knees.
Here we go. Mom and Dad, I'm ready to see it. I want to see this on Facebook later. Come on.
That's how
Here we go.
the baby ballet warm-up dance.
Right, big stretch. Here we go.
Put your hands in the air and touch your toes.
Up
Do it again
and
That's how we do the baby ballet warm-up. Baby ballet warm-up. Baby ballet warm-up.
and up. Good job. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do our song about our positions. So just to review, we've learned the first 3 positions. And the first one looks like this. Heels together, toes out. And then when we do number 2, it goes like this. You step out. So just like the first position, but your legs are spread apart. And then what comes after number 2? 3. When you do number 3, you put your heel in the middle. Your heel is in the middle. Parents, it can be either side. Either foot is correct. All right, are you ready to sing our song? Everyone go to first position. Hold your big beach ball on your belly. Put your heels together, toes out. Here we go. First position, first position. Turned out toes. Arms just like a circle, arms just like a circle. That's how it goes, that's how it goes. What comes after number 1? Number 2. Second position, second position. Arms out wide, arms out wide. Take a big step out, take a big step out. I really tried, I really tried. What comes after number 2? Number 3. Third position, third position. Point your toe, point your toe. Slide it to the middle, slide it to the middle. That's how it goes, that's how it goes. I hope you were singing along with me. You did such a great job. All right, our ballet step review for this week is going to be plie. So we're going to get into our first position. Put your heels together and turn your toes out. Make your bunny ears. Hold your big beach ball on your belly. All right, and here we go. Plie, we're going to bend our knees. So you bend and then straight. Bend, straight. Bend, straight. bend straight. All right, what's that called? Plie. Can you say it really loud? Plie. Good job. That's the very first part of your Dumbo dance. So let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. Plie and straight. Plie and straight. Plie and straight. Arms out.
Baby, don't you cry.
Here's our left.
Baby, dry your eyes.
Rest your hand.
Rest your head close to my heart, never to part. Baby,
Now big circle up in the air, releve up onto your toes. Okay, here's our whoosh. Here we go. Whoosh. Yeah. Whoosh. Come in. Here's our passe. 4. Sparkle and shine. Here's our échappé. Here we go. Out. Jump in. Jump out. Jump in. Jump out.
Just for the right to hold you.
All right, we're going to do up on our toes.
From your head down to your
Touch your
toes,
toes.
you're not
Time to.
goodness knows
Okay, tiptoe in a circle.
that you're so precious to me,
Airplane,
sweet
point,
as can be,
bow.
baby of mine,
Airplane, point, bow.
baby of
Turn.
mine.
Airplane, point, bow.
Baby of mine.
And smile. Good job. Clap for yourself. You did so great. I'm so proud of you. All right, our ballet step review for this week is going to be plie. So we're going to get into our first position. Put your heels together and turn your toes out. Make your bunny ears. Hold your big beach ball on your belly. All right, and here we go. Plie, we're going to bend our knees. So you bend and then straight. Bend, straight. Bend, straight. Bend, straight. All right, what's that called? Plie. Can you say it really loud? Plie. Good job. That's the very first part of your Dumbo dance. So let's do it. Here we go. All right, shake it big. Here we go. Right, here we go. All right, pick up your microphone. Sing it loud. Play your guitar. All right, here we go. Down. Down. And up. Now spin. All right, we are going to continue our story of Lilo and Stitch this week. And let's see what was going on. The last we saw, Lilo and Stitch, the Cobra Bubbles, this guy right here, he was coming to check on them to see how Nani was doing, taking care of both of them. Well, he showed up in the morning. The next morning, Cobra Bubbles paid them a visit. "Heard you lost your job," he said to Nani. But before Nani could explain, Stitch whacked Cobra with a hook. As he left, Cobra told Nani that she had to get a new job if she expected to keep Lilo. To Lilo, he said, "The next time I see this dog, I expect it to be a model citizen." He thinks it's a dog because Stitch is really an alien, right? So Nani set out to find a new job with Lilo and Stitch in tow. Finally, first she went to a local grocery store. While Nani spoke to the owner, Lilo tried to teach Stitch how to behave. Elvis Presley was a model citizen. Lilo explained, "I've compiled a list of his traits for you to practice. Number 1 is dancing. Unfortunately, their dance routine knocked over the owner, so Nani didn't get the job." Oh no. Lilo really likes Elvis Presley. You'll have to ask your mommy and daddy, who's Elvis Presley? While Nani tried to get a job at a coffee shop, Lilo continued with Stitch's lessons. Number 2, Elvis played guitar, she said as she handed Stitch a ukulele. But when Stitch played the instrument, the piercing high notes shattered glass. Nani didn't get that job either. Oh no, Stitch is just kind of being loud and crazy, isn't he? Finally, as Nani tried to get a job as a lifeguard, Lilo prepared Stitch for his last lesson. "Time to bring it all together," she told him. Stitch began to play his ukulele. Tourists began to crowd around him to take pictures, but their camera flashes upset Stitch, which caused a commotion. Nani once again did not get the job. Oh no. Poor old Nani. Everything had gone wrong. The unhappy sisters sat down on a beach. David, a friend of Nani, saw them. To cheer them up, David suggested they all go surfing. The group headed for the waves. I can't wait for the day for us to get back to the beach. How about you? Once she began to surf, Nani forgot all her troubles. Stitch clapped his paws, and David and Lilo laughed as they enjoyed the waves. For a little while, everyone was happy. Look at them on those surfboards. They're catching a big wave. But as Nani, Lilo, and Stitch rode a large wave, Juma sneaked up behind them. Juma grabbed Stitch and pulled him under the water. Desperate, Stitch grabbed Lilo and began dragging her down. David and Nani pulled Lilo to safety, never noticing the aliens. Stitch finally won this struggle with Pleakley and Jumba, but he was exhausted. Luckily, David went back and rescued Stitch. Back on the beach, Nani frantically checked to make sure Lilo was okay. Nani looked up to see Cobra Bubbles watching. He had seen the whole thing. Nani asked David to watch Lilo. Then Cobra quietly told Nani that although he knew she was trying, it was time to find a more suitable home for Lilo. That night, Lilo studied her family photo. "Our family's little now, but if you want, you could be a part of it," she said to Stitch. Stitch wanted to belong, but he knew he had already caused too much trouble. While Lilo watched, Stitch took the Ugly Duckling book and climbed out the window into the night. Look at there. Stitch walked into the forest. He opened the storybook to the pages that Lilo had shown him. Just like the Ugly Duckling, Stitch felt alone. "I'm lost," he cried. The next morning, a very unhappy Grand Councilwoman fired Pleakley and Jumba. But Jumba was pleased. Now he could capture Stitch his way. Soon Jumba found Stitch in the forest. Stitch didn't run, but he wouldn't go with Jumba either. "Waiting," Stitch told Jumba. "For what?" Jumba asked impatiently. "Family," replied Stitch. You're built to destroy. You can never belong," Jumba said. Stitch dropped the book and ran. Meanwhile, Lilo joined Nani in the kitchen for breakfast. Stitch left, Lilo murmured sadly. Nani comforted Lilo. Now it would be harder to tell Lilo that they would be living apart. But suddenly David burst in saying, "I think I found you a job." This was Nani's last chance to keep Lilo. She rushed out with David, telling Lilo to stay inside and not to let anyone in. Do you think Lilo's gonna listen? I don't know. She doesn't listen very good. At the same time, Stitch was racing to Lilo's house with Jumba following close behind. Stitch slipped through the dog door. Jumba crashed through the front door. Frightened, Lilo called Cobra Bubbles. "Aliens are attacking my house. They want my dog." Jumba and Stitch fought so hard that they destroyed the house. Meanwhile, Nani got the job at the general store down the street. As she left, a fire engine shrieked past. Fearing the worst, Nani raced home. Oh no! Cobra Bubbles was already there. Lilo was in his car. Nani begged Cobra to not take Lilo from her. Cobra just pointed to the ruined house and shook his head. Lilo watched as the two argued. Then she slipped out of the car and into the forest, and Stitch followed her. Stitch quickly found Lilo. Wanting to apologize, he handed Lilo her scorched family photo, which he had managed to save. But Lilo was angry at Stitch. "You ruined everything," she shouted. Lost for words, Stitch transformed himself into his alien form. Lilo finally understood. "You're one of them." At that moment, an alien named Captain Gantour appeared. He had been sent by the Grand Councilwoman to capture Stitch. He snared both Stitch and Lilo and carried them to his spaceship. Stitch escaped, but before he could free Lilo, Gantour's ship took off. By the time Nani arrived, she was too late. She watched as the spaceship carrying her sister disappeared into the sky. Luckily, Stitch convinced Jumba and Pleakley to help him rescue Lilo. Soon Nani and the three aliens were in Jumba's spaceship battling Captain Gantour. After a wild chase, Stitch was able to free Lilo. Jumba landed his spaceship on the waves behind David, who was surfing. David gave them all a ride to shore on his surfboard, though it took a few trips. He had a lot of people to transport, didn't he? But their troubles were not over. Cobra Bubbles was waiting on the beach for Lilo, and alien troops were waiting for Stitch. The Grand Councilwoman ordered the troops to place Stitch on her ship. Stitch asked if he could say goodbye to Lilo. The Councilwoman was shocked. "This is my family," Stitch explained. "I found it all on my own. It's little and broken, but it's still good." We can have all kinds of families, can't we? Then Lilo showed Stitch's adoption papers to the Grand Councilwoman. A stickler for rules, she agreed to let Stitch stay on Earth with Lilo, and Cobra decided Lilo could stay with Nani. Jumba and Pleakley stayed on Earth too. Along with David and Cobra Bubbles, they became part of Lilo's new family, where no one ever gets left behind. Aw, they formed their own family. Oh, here's a fun picture of them on a boat in the water. I'm ready to get on a boat in the water. How about you? All right, and that's the end of Lilo and Stitch. All right, it's time to put our tap shoes on. Everybody go get your tap shoes. We gotta put it on so we can do our bushel and a peck. Have you been practicing singing your song? I hope so. I hope you sing it really loud all the time, all the way through the house, so Mommy and Daddy and whoever else lives in your house can hear it. All right, got to get our tap shoes on. Let's put them on. Get Mommy and Daddy to help you with your buckle. All right, you get your tap shoes on. All right, here we go. Okay, our tap review step for this week is going to be shuffle step. So we have 1, 2, 3 parts to our shuffle step. So we're going to start by picking up your foot, and you're going to kick it to the front and make your sound, shuff, and then bring it back, shuffle, then step on it. Now let's do our other foot. Shuffle, step. Now let's do this foot. Shuffle, step. Now let's do this foot. Shuffle, step. All right, this is what it looks like from the side. You pick it up, and when you go forward like this, you gotta hit the ground, and then you gotta hit the ground again, and then you step on it. This is what this side looks like. It's the same thing. Pick your foot up, go to the front, hit the floor, come back, hit the floor, and step on it. All right, here we go. Shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step. All right, good job. Now let's do our whole dance, a bushel and a peck. Here we go. All right, here we go. Sing loud, here we go. I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, a hug around the neck, and a barrel and a heap, a barrel and a heap, and I'm talking in my sleep about you. Sing it loud, about you. 'Cause I love you, a bushel and a peck, you bet your pretty neck I do. Arms out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bounce. All right, are you ready? We're gonna do our shuffle steps. Here we go. Shuffle, step. Shuffle, step. Shuffle, step. Shuffle, step. Flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, step. 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 All right, are we ready? We're gonna sing again. Here we go. I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and it beats me all to heck.
It beats me all to heck.
Do your punches.
And the farm,
Punch.
and the farm, well, I
Punch.
keep my arm
Around you. Sing it loud. Around you. Here we go. 'Cause I love you, a bushel and a peck, you bet your pretty neck I do. Here's our heels. Heel, heel, heel. Heel, heel, heel. Heel, heel, heel. Here's our new part. March, 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 march. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Up. Great job. You did such a wonderful job. All right, it's time to say goodbye for today. I miss you so much. I want you to have a fun week at home. Get out in the sunshine, go play outside, and run around and get all that energy out. And I can't wait to see you next week. Let's sing our goodbye song. Now it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Now it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Wink your eye and show a smile. Cheese. Now it's time to say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye to our friends. I miss you so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.